Somewhere out there, there is a house worth more than an entire small country's economy. Not a hotel, not a company, a single family's home. And when you actually look at what these places cost and why, the numbers stop making any sense at all. We're going to count them down, from the merely insane to the single most valuable home on the planet. And I promise you, the last one isn't the one you're thinking of. Stay to the end, because the reason it's number one has almost nothing to do with the building itself. First, let's get one thing straight. At this level, you are not paying for a house. Bricks, glass, marble, even the most expensive materials on Earth top out at a certain price. You could build a technically flawless mansion for a few $1,000,000. So where do the hundreds of millions come from? Three things. The first is land, specifically, land that can never be recreated. A cliff over the Mediterranean. A block in the center of London that hasn't changed hands in a century. They're not making more of it. The second is what I'd call impossibility. Features that shouldn't exist. A pool cantilevered off the edge of a mountain. A private art gallery. A room built entirely to survive a disaster. Each one costs more than a normal person's whole house. And the third, the biggest one, is exclusivity itself. The simple fact that almost no one on Earth could ever buy it. Keep those three in mind, because as we climb this list, that's what's really being sold. Picture a penthouse in the sky, over 90 floors up, wrapped in glass on every side, where the city below looks like a circuit board. Apartments like these trade for well over $100 million, and a huge chunk of that price is buying one thing: the view, and the certainty that no building will ever rise to block it. Then there are the estates. Not houses, estates. Properties so large they have their own private lake, their own staff village, a security team that patrols a perimeter measured in miles. In places like Beverly Hills and the French Riviera, these change hands for $200–300 million. And the wild part is that the buyers often tear the existing mansion down, because to them, the multi-million-dollar house was never the point. The land was. A developer in Los Angeles decided to build a home purely to break the record. Over 100,000 square feet. A moat, multiple pools, a nightclub, a beauty salon, its own movie theater, listed for hundreds of millions. And it became famous not for selling, but for how spectacularly it showed that even at this level, you can overreach. It eventually sold for a fraction of the dream. A reminder that a price tag and actual value are two very different things. In cities like New York and Monaco, penthouses have quietly changed hands for $250 million for a few floors in the sky. What are you actually buying at that price? You're buying the address itself, the idea that, out of an entire global city of millions, you own the single highest, rarest perch in it. Past a certain point, you stop paying for the home at all and start paying for what owning it says about you. Now we leave the world of homes that go on the market at all, because the most valuable properties almost never do. Consider the great historic residences. Royal palaces with hundreds of rooms, priceless art on the walls, and grounds in the middle of a capital city. If one of these ever went up for sale, which it never will, experts estimate it would be worth billions. But they're not really owned by a person. They're held by a nation or a crown. Their value is almost theoretical, precisely because they are the definition of something money cannot buy. Then there are the hidden giants, the homes most people have never heard of on purpose. There's a mansion in London, tucked behind trees, that is the largest private house in the city after Buckingham Palace itself. Its owner spent years and a fortune digging downward, adding entire underground floors most neighbors never even saw. In cities where you can't build out or up, the ultra-wealthy build down. Secret basements with pools, cinemas, and car galleries hidden beneath a modest-looking facade. The homes you can see, the ones with the famous listings, are often not the most expensive. The truly staggering ones are deliberately quiet, because once you're past a certain number, being seen isn't the goal anymore. Being untouchable is. Which brings us to the top, the single most valuable private home on the planet. It rises out of one of the most crowded cities on Earth, a tower, 27 floors tall, but built so tall between levels that it stands as high as a 60-story building. It reportedly cost around $2 billion. $2 billion for one family. Inside, 3 helipads on the roof, a garage for well over 100 cars, multiple pools, a room made of ice, in a city that bakes in the heat, hanging gardens climbing the walls, and a staff of hundreds, 600 people, reportedly, needed just to keep it running every single day. But here's the part that makes it number one, and it's the twist I promised you. Most of that building sits empty. It was never really designed to be lived in the way you and I think of a home. It was built to make a statement that no one could miss, that a single family could own a private skyscraper, a vertical city, towering over millions of people who will never set foot inside. That's the real reason it's the most valuable home on Earth. Not the marble, not the helipads. It's the sheer, deliberate impossibility of it. A monument to the idea that some people don't just live above everyone else. They build a tower to prove it. So step back and look at this whole list, and you start to see what's actually being bought at each rung of the ladder. At the bottom, you buy comfort. A little higher, you buy beauty and space and a great view. Higher still, you buy privacy, walls, distance, security. And at the very top, you buy something stranger and colder than all of it. You buy proof. Proof that you exist on a level almost no one else can reach. The people in the $100 million penthouses can still see their neighbors. The person in the $2 billion tower is, in a way, completely alone up there. Past a certain point, these homes stop being about bringing people in. They're about keeping the entire world out. Maybe that's the real lesson buried in the most expensive homes on Earth. They're not really houses. They're the most expensive walls ever built. If this pulled back the curtain on how the ultra-rich really live, subscribe. This channel is a full tour of the world money can buy and the world it can't. And tell me down below, if you had $2 billion, would you build the tower or disappear somewhere no one could ever find you? I'll see you in the next one.